Okay, so today is about how to enroll. Now, one thing I noticed, if you noticed, I told you it's the 4 P's. It's the position, the pain or problem, it's the process, and then it's the promise. Well, the promise from day one was how to enroll high-ticket clients. I've taken you through the pain. I've taken you through the process. So I actually took you over the last 4 days, the system. Today, I'm going to talk about how to sell, because you can have the greatest. I got to be careful what I say because this is being recorded. I had a coach yesterday that I'm enrolling, and she was. I think I'm enrolling her. She was so upset that I didn't know who she was. She's like, "How do you not know me? How do you not know me?" And you know this person, you know this person, you know this person. I know them very well. Some of them I met face to face, some I haven't. Well, how do you not know me? And I said, because finally I finally had to tell her, your outreach and your marketing is not as impressive as your ego. You think everyone should know you, but you don't have, you have ego, you don't have a system. And once she calmed down, I think we can work together. We'll find out. But anyway, so we're going to talk about how to get your marketing out there. So back to the prizes, everybody that's got it. Today I'm giving away the complete course. It will not be with coaching, but it will be the course. Day 4 winner, boom. So Jennifer, you already had a 1 coaching session set up with me because you came on board. Now you have a 2-hour. So what we'll do, if this is okay with you, we'll break those up. I think that'll be most prudent. We'll have a 1-hour coaching session, and then we'll give you some homework, and then we'll implement, and then we'll come back with 2 hours, and we'll actually just change your, rock it out. Okay. So awesome, Jennifer. The game plan, I can kind of skip past this. We're on the final day of it. If you're watching this on a replay, go back and watch day 1, day 2, and make sure you grab hold of everything. Today is how to close your next 2 high-ticket clients. So, enrollment secrets. Show me the money. Change lives, get paid for doing it. This is what it's about. That coach, yes, I'm full disclosure here, guys. The coach yesterday is $6,000. That's what I'm charging her. And if she decides to come on board, we'll find out. 2 days before that, I had a very similar phone call, somebody in the real estate niche, but they were open. And I'm going to give you exactly what I gave. I'm going to use exactly the same techniques. And at the end of the call, her words were, where do we go from here? That's what you want to hear. What's our next step? Where do we go from here? And that one was a $6,500 program. And it was, okay, let me get my visa. Give me a minute. Let me go get my visa card. That's what you want to hear, because now you got an opportunity. You bought back your time. You can serve them fully. You can only help those who have paid you for guidance. This is so important. I know in some of you that are in some other classes talk about doing discounted or free in the beginning because that gives you the access. But people that pay you pay attention. That is so important. People that pay you pay attention. And I want you to grab a hold of this. And if there's any fear, can I really serve somebody? Can I really help somebody? We got to eradicate that. And there's a process for it inside the Wealthy Coach program if you're a student. I'm listening to a book this morning on Audible. I don't have it here. I got the hardback into Audible. It's Never Lose a Customer. And it was really cool because Joey in there says you can never wow somebody until you've been wowed. You can never wow somebody until you have been wowed. You need to, some of you on this live or listening to the recording have never paid for a coaching program. You've never paid $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $3,000, whatever. Some of you have. Some of you are working with me and I know you've paid. But some of you, until you paid that, it's hard to ask for it. Until you bought into a program and you were truly served and you're wowed, it'll be hard for you to wow somebody. So invest in yourself first. Okay. Now, I said we're going to talk quick. We are. I've got my own calendar up here, my own timepiece. I'm watching. We're going to do this by 1 o'clock Eastern. You can ask for the payment a number of ways, but run one rule. Make it very easy to commit and pay for your services. And I'm going to go through this in a minute. If somebody says, what's our next step? How does it look like to work with you? Like that lady did. I can't say, well, let me see. Do you want to mail me a check? Or, you got to have quick, easy way for them to make that commitment. So I'm gonna give, this is a real one, and this coach, if she ever makes it big, she does good. I'm surprised. I hired her, so years ago, and I said, "How do I pay you?" Okay, so like go to my page and like click the button at like the bottom of my page, and each month you'll like do the same. And I thought she was kidding. And I went to her page and I scrolled, and there's a little PayPal button that said VIP payments. And I was supposed to pay her, and next month pay her again. Never leave payment up to the client. Okay? They want to pay you. Things happen, but they want to pay you if they want the service. So you'll need to be able to take PayPal, easy, Venmo, easy, Cash App, Square, Stripe, Bitcoin. Do you know I sold a coaching program? They paid me with Bitcoin when Bitcoin was when it was $8,000 a coin. Do you know I sold Bitcoin last night at like 38,000? What did that money do from 8,000 to 30? That's almost 5 times their enrollment fee. Now, I'm not going to get into deep in that, but there's some ways of doing it. Most will pay with credit, debit cards, so have a system that quickly charges, send receipts, etc. I want you all to write pay funnels. Pay funnels is something that is, now you need Stripe.com first, but pay funnels is what I use. Pay funnels gives you the ability to create instant and customizable invoices. You can set up trial periods, setup fees, recurring charges. So maybe it's going to pick on you, Gordon. Maybe your program's $5,000 for 12 weeks, and then maybe but you say, you know what? I'd really love to add a $99 per month membership at the back end. I'd really love to do that. You can customize this. And maybe you're on the phone with a person. They say, no, I'm not going to do any kind of long-term. I just want to, then you can take that off. So it's very customizable through PayFunnel. Now, just payfunnels.com. Real simple. If you decide, hey, Wayne, I want to use it, I do not get an affiliate fee on this, but I'll be happy to show you how I use it. I know some of you on here that have paid me have used PayFunnels and didn't even know it. It's just how I process. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of different ways. I'm just, we talked about Happily Ever After coaching, 9-week program. It was actually $3,500. I put 3 here, but when I sold this, it was $35. But you could say, hey, Jennifer, I really feel like you're going to be a great fit for this. Our program is going to help you achieve this over the next 9 weeks. Our tuition is $3K. K's don't cost that much. $3,000 sounds like a lot of money. It's $3K. At the same time, I like to reward those who take action. If you can take action while we're on the phone today, then it's $2,500. I do like some of my programs, guys, they are what they are. Some of them I like to give a discount. We're going to talk about that. So it could be $500 take action discount. Can you go ahead and put that on a credit card today? Do you have the funds available for that? I really don't, Wayne. I can break it into 2 payments. Okay. Then they don't get the discount. It's just, you're taking a chance that someone may not make that second payment. Sales Accelerator coaching. This is real. This is what hey, Wayne, I want you to teach me how to sell, coach. This is what it is. Sales Accelerator 1 year with me is $10,800. There's a $1,000 discount if you said, hey, I want a full pay. This is different than the Wealthy Coach. So at the end of this call, when I mention the Wealthy Coach, Sales Accelerator is something totally different. If somebody says, Wayne, I really just don't want to put $9,800 on a credit card, can you do payment plans? Yes, we'll do 6 payments at $1,900. Okay. See the difference there. Some are going to pay $98, some are going to pay $11,400. That's okay. So offer people the best way to do business. So really quick, you need to think, what is your coaching, the name of your coaching? What's your price? How long? Is it 6 weeks, 9 weeks, 12 months? And then are you going to offer a take action discount? That means, and when I say take action discount, we're talking about they pay in full. So it should be almost like a full pay discount. And then a payment plan. Now, if you're dead set, I need to make $3,000 a client, you may want to make your program $3,500 and you give a $500 discount. So you still get the 3. I mean, just being real. I worked with a coach for a number of years. Our discount was always the same. It was a $750 discount. This was on $8,000 programs and above, but it was a $750 discount if you took action within 48 hours. Gordon, that sounds so great, man, but I never do something without sleeping on it. I got to think about it. And sometimes you're not going to overcome that objection. So great. Feel free to go and take all the time you need in the next 2 days. We actually do a 48-hour discount. So we're on the phone today at 12 p.m. Eastern, and it's Friday. So as long as we can do something Saturday, Sunday, I'll give you the Monday since it's the weekend. But if we can go and get you in by Monday, especially, and if someone said, well, I won't know anything the next Wednesday, then I need to talk to you again Monday. So I can react. And you just got to be kind of firm on that, but it's okay. People are going to do it or they're not. Here's another option. Primary coaching, $2,800 for 12 weeks. Then $297 a month for group coaching. I want you to think about this. Like, I know, Gordon, you have a set fee per month. I do too. Or a set fee for so many months or whatever. But what if you added some continuity to it and you did it at time of sale? So look at this, $2,800 for 12 weeks. But then maybe they'd lose some of the personalization or whatever, but then it's $397 a month for our group coaching program. In 1 year, instead of making $2,800, you made $6,373. And they got more value. You've more than doubled your income. They got more value because now after 12 weeks, what happens? With the next 40 weeks, they get to get on group coaching with you. If they remain, it's another $4,000 every year thereafter. Do you know have people that paid me? I got one program that don't offer it anymore. It was $99 a month. And I've had somebody that's been with me for over 5 years on that because it's just easy. Okay. So some points to determine, no right or wrong, but you need to think about these. Discount for action takers on phone or within 72 hours. Discount for full pay. I don't say pay in full. Pay in full sounds painful. Full pay, it's just linguistics, guys. Maybe my southern accent, but full pay. Payment options for those that are slightly higher and ends before the coaching ends. I'll give you an example. My life coach certification program is 9 weeks. I'm not going to give somebody a 6-month payment plan on that. Does that make sense? 9 weeks are over. I've got it. They feel like they've already got it. A bonus for full pay. So here could be this. Hey, our program is, let's go back here, $10,800. There is a $1,000 discount if you pay in full or pay within 30 days. Sometimes a full pay, I'll do a 30-day breakup of that. But anyway, so if you do a full pay, it's $9,800, and I'm gonna give you this other bonus. And that bonus could be a live workshop. It could be a retreat. It could be whatever that bonus is. And last but not least, and this is the funny part, you got to have it, and that's a contract. A contract solidifies, number one, that you're a professional. Number two, that they're not going to cancel early. Will some cancel? Yes. But a contract helps keep that from happening. All right. Selling by phone or selling by Zoom. Now, there is still times I meet people face-to-face, but most of our calls are going to be done by phone or Zoom. It's up to you. I personally love Zoom. I personally love to be able to see the person I'm talking to. I love to be able to talk. I love to be able to see their reaction. Now, you will need automated follow-up and personal follow-up. Most people, and I don't care whose course you buy, close 80% first time, most people will not buy first time they talk to you. That's just reality. So it says here, download the script. The script does not come with a masterclass. I'm going to give you an overview of it, but the script actually comes if somebody pays. And then what we do is we look at your script and we help tweak a script for you. If you want a script for selling high ticket, Google it. You'll come up with 1,000 lead magnets. But if you want to create a flow, I'm going to give you that today. And like Jennifer could say, hey, Wendy, can I get your script? Hey, Wendy, and vice versa. Okay. And if you're an insiders member, which means you're part of the Wealthy Coach, you can submit your critique of the script and recorded calls. Phone tips. If you're going to talk to people by phone, then tape a call or call recorder. Real simple. You listen to them, you hit record, it records it. Let them know you're going to record it, guys, or we get the legalities out of the way. hey guys, you mind if I just so I may say, hey Jennifer, give me 1 second. I'm gonna record this call just to make sure, just just to protect both parties, or I'm gonna record this call just for training purposes. Okay. Now, call on time. You see, I didn't put my phone on airplane mode. Look at there. It's calling me. Okay. So you want to call on time. If they do not answer, call back immediately. People say, who is that number? I don't know that number. Call back. They called twice. And then on the second call, leave a message. Then text a call reminder with your phone number. Hey, we had a call today. One of the coaching packages I bought a couple years ago was $6,800. I forgot it. I forgot had his call scheduled. They called, had an auto reply, I'm unavailable, take your call. They texted right back. We had a scheduled call today. Oh, I'm sorry. Called them right back. 15, 16, 17 minutes on the phone. I pulled out my Discover and paid them $6,800. So never take the chance of not following up. Now, I want to share with you, this is, I'm going to go through this quick. We're not going to watch the whole video. There's a video that goes with this, but you don't need it. I'm going to share with you loom.com. I don't know if any of you are using Loom. It's free. It's powerful. They do have a $10 per month like pro version, but the $10 version works very well. Loom just allows you to record. Hey, and again, I'm not going to bore you with the whole video, but what it does is allow you to pull up their screen. I pull up a screen of their application, or I pull up a screen of their social media profile. Then I record a screenshot from there. So imagine, Jennifer, you're sitting there and you look on your phone and there's a text message and you scroll and there's a picture of your Facebook page. Oh, what is that? You're going to watch that video, especially if there's a small, hey, we had a call scheduled, please watch this first. That gets people engaged. So without boring you with this, that's what I do. And then I take the link. When you finish a Loom video, it'll give you a link. I take the link. Okay. And I post it inside a email to them. Okay. Okay. Now, then if they no-show you, your call was at 12, they didn't show up, you called them, you called back, you left the voicemail. I have this set up in my phone. For those who use iPhone, it's just a shortcut. And it says, hey, this is Wayne Sutton with blank coaching. We had a strategy call, and I look forward to hearing from you. Please call me at my phone number. Thanks. Or reschedule at. And I have a bit.ly link that just goes to my calendar. Because sometimes they're like, I really want to talk to him, and they'll just reschedule. It's okay. Hey, take that out. Take out the reschedule. Hey, this is Wayne Sutton. We had a strategy call. Look forward to hearing from you. Please call me. The beautiful part is if you got that stored as a like mine right now, I have 2. And if I hit ORE in my phone, it pops out one for that coaching program. If I hit LCC, it fills it out, hit enter, and it sends the other one. So that is a good way to get people back on the phone, because some people just are going to no-show you. Now, if you're selling on Zoom, couple things. Number one, have decent lighting. Mine's decent in here. I've got a ring light here and I got a light here. It's nothing special, but have decent lighting so they can see you. This is just real estate 101, even though we're not in real estate coaching here. Real estate 101, if you go into a house and it's bright, it automatically has more attention. So if you're going to do Zoom, to get something there. Before and after images are really good. If you want to do a screen share, you don't have to have anything fancy, guys. I made this on Keynote. You can make this on PowerPoint. But instead of, this is what I do like. How many of you went to Chat with Wayne to get on this? Chatwithwayne.com. Yeah, simple. It wasn't that down there. You don't want, go to zoom.us/J/ no. So you may have a free session with Jen, free session with Gordon, if they're available. Check it out. Free session or chat with Jen. Chat sounds easy, right? It's just a chat. Okay. Coaching, same thing. If you're going to coach by Zoom, have it clear, have it crisp. And again, coaching session with Jen, coaching session with Gordon, something like that is real easy. Buy the domain, just link it to your page. So I'll give you an example. I have callwithwayne.com. Call with Wayne goes to my calendar. Now, I can get these confused, so I do it different than that. I like the coaching session, but a call with Wayne is my calendar. Chat with Wayne just hops on a sales call like this, or I use that for other things, but that goes to my Zoom. Okay. Now, I said I wasn't going to give you the full script, and I'm going to give you some real good pointers and how you can build out your own script. Okay. Let me say this. I have sold, this is no exaggeration, millions of dollars of coaching by the phone, by Zoom, using this. So this is going to be an outline only. Practice it. Practice it with clients, family members, other coaches. Inside, I dare you, those who are inside the Wealthy Coach, get on that Slack channel, Jennifer, and say, hey, I want to role play. Who wants to role play? Get Chavez or Brandon or Rome or somebody to jump in there and just role play with you. Rewrite and change that. It needs to sound natural to you. I'm sure my Southern dialect, my verbiage is going to be different than Wendy's, is going to be different than Gordon's. That's okay. Make it you. Now, I want you to see that bring positive energy to the call. That doesn't mean overinflated hype enthusiasm. You don't want them going, whoa, hold on. But you want to be energetic. And you want to match and mirror the prospect as much as possible. That's why I do like Zoom. But even if I'm on audio only or I'm on a phone, I want to speak at the rate they speak or just a little quicker. I want to speak with a similar volume. You want to match them and then and just kind of pace them. And then at times, we're going to talk about tonality. At times, we're going to talk, when do you want to give that pregnant pause? Okay? Your tonality will lead certain emotions. I walked in the door a while ago. My little fluffy dog. She's a mess. A little Shih Tzu Bichon mix. I always tell people she's part Shih Tzu with emphasis on the first syllable. She's a little mess. But you know what? I can say to her the same words in a different tonality. I can tell her anything. And, it's the tonality of the voice humans are the same. So now, state of mind important. You are the prize. And I want to say this. Give me, guys. I think we got some people. Okay, no. Okay, awesome. Wendy said she's up for the role play. Sorry, I had to jump out to see what the chat is. I got it up now. You are the prize. I want you to grab a hold of that without ego. They need what you have, and you can allow them to work with you or not. I don't know if anybody's on Clubhouse. I was doing a room on Clubhouse this morning, and I told 2 people I couldn't work with them. I gave an example of 2 people I couldn't work with in the past. And because you need to honor your time. You may be thinking, wait, I don't have any clients. I'll work with anybody. But as soon as you have 3 or 4 or 5 clients, you're like, I know who I want to work with, who I don't want to work with. You can be nice and confident, never be the salesperson begging for the offer. And let me go ahead and cover this because I had this call earlier today. Somebody called, and I'm going to show you exactly how to handle this. But for some reason, they didn't see my emails. They confused me with somebody else, and they said, oh, okay, yeah, I remember this call. Tell me who you are, and just tell me what you got. We never want to jump in with a tell me what you got. You're a coach. Now, you're going to learn how to sell, but you're not a salesperson. And I said, well, and I don't want to get into a long discussion, but I had to quickly remind them of the call, gauge their interest, and we dismissed the call. Every call will not be a winner. It's okay. So, hello, ring. Hello, is this Jennifer? Come on, Jennifer, unmute and play with me. You don't have to. Give me a hard time.
Hi, yes, it is.
Hey, Jennifer, good afternoon. Wayne Sutton with the Wealthy Coach program. How are you doing today?
Doing well, thanks. Nice to hear from you.
Good. I'm glad to have you on the phone. Hey, listen, I'm curious. I was looking at your cell phone number here, or your phone number here, your area code. I'm calling from Wilmington, North Carolina, by the way. Where are you located?
Oh, I'm in Tampa, Florida.
Tampa. Awesome. I was down in Orlando a few months ago. Had to go see Mickey Mouse before COVID got really bad. My daughters made me, but I had fun. I just won't admit it.
I'm so happy.
Yeah. Is Tampa home, or is that, did you always live there, or?
It is home now. I previously lived in the Bahamas. So.
Oh my goodness. So you went from paradise to paradise. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. What took you to Tampa? I'm just curious. It's love or money? It's always love or money.
Yeah. So it's the first.
It was love. Okay, good. Well, awesome. Listen, it's been great. It's been great taking just a minute to know about you. I'm going to stop there on the role play. What did we just do, guys? How many people call and just give their sales pitch? So what I did there was I made a little bit of small talk around their location or my location. Oh, you're in Wilmington. I love North Carolina. Oh, I'm like, yeah, really? Do you visit? Blah, blah, blah. This has been my number one rapport building trick. Because number one, I'm really curious. I do like to know where people are from. But our goal here is to get them talking first. It lowers their resistance. The number one voice someone likes to hear, based on psychology, based on science, not based on Wayne's masterclass, is their own voice. So the more you can get them talking. Where are you located? Simple question. It says Phoenix, UK, Canada. Awesome. How long have you lived there? What took you to Phoenix? Now, you don't want to say, Phoenix, cool. How long have you lived there? What took you there? You don't want to be the IRS, interrogator. You want to have that tonality, a little bit of energy, fun. But when they get talking, and I will say 9 times out of 10, they will, and they'll open up. You will have that 1 out of 10. I moved here. Let's go ahead with the call. Or that you can hear they don't want the small talk. That's okay. It's 1 out of 10, 1 out of 15. But get them talking. Jennifer, I didn't know. I mean, really, you're one of my, coaching students. I had no clue you were from the Bahamas. I had no clue where you lived. So I found that out, and it's real conversation. Now, transition into meeting. I'm not trying to make this 2 slides. This can be a 1 minute or 5 minutes, usually about 5 to 7 minutes of talking, small talk, maybe 3 minutes. Hey, Jennifer, it's been great chatting, learning about you over the last few minutes. If it's okay with you, I'd like to jump into the call. Is that okay with you? I'm always getting permission. Permission shows respect, and permission gives perceived control back to the prospect. I'm not going to get political here, but there was a back with the election rigging here in the States, or not rigging or whatever, there was a interview. Somebody had actually grabbed somebody from the Postal Service that claimed they were cheating, and they did an interrogation. I listened to the interrogation, and it was amazing for the first 10 to 15 minutes. It was like, are you okay? Anytime you want to leave, it's okay. It's okay to say no. Is that coffee okay? Do you need a smoke break? It was massive rapport building. So ask questions. It's the easiest way to get on the talking. So Jennifer, let me role play again with you real quick. You don't have to unmute. I'm just going to play along. It's been great. Is it okay with you if we go ahead with the call? Go ahead. Is that okay? Great. Awesome. So listen, here's our intent for the call, or here's my purpose for the call, or here's our objective for the call. I'm the founder. Again, my name is Wayne Sutton. I'm the founder and creator of the Wealthy Coach Program. Hey, my name is Wendy. I'm the founder and creator of First Things First Consultant. Hey, my name is Ron Batchelor. I'm a prospecting coach with, see this, I'm a success strategist with, if you don't own your own company, some of you are selling for other people. I'm a business strategist with this company. I'm a success strategist with Tony Robbins, and Robbins and me, whatever. So it is. Set the tone and your intent. So here's my objective for the call, intent for the call, whatever. And on this call, we're going to make sure what we have to offer you is for you. You're a good fit for us. I say this very lightheartedly, because this can sound hard if you bring the wrong tonality. I've been on these calls with the wrong tonality, and it sounds like, if you're not for us, you don't get in, and I'm going to find out. Hey, I'm the founder and creator of the Wealth Coach System. On this call, we're going to make sure what we have to offer is possibly for you, and that you're maybe a fit for us. So with your permission, again, Jennifer, I want to ask some questions about yourself, your business, your goals, ultimately what help you're searching for. Sound fair? Sounds fair. Great. Oh, awesome. So I've got permission again. Well, with Jennifer, I'm curious though, how did you discover our program? Jennifer, let's do some real role play here. So Jennifer, I'm curious, how did you discover our program? Was it a podcast interview, a public speaking event, a referral?
It was actually through an ad.
It's actually through an ad. Great. Perfect. Now, if you notice there, I didn't say, how did you find out about us? An ad. Oh, that's not special. How did you discover? People want to discover things. Hey, Jennifer, and I do it with I'm curious. I'm curious, Jennifer, how did you discover our program? And I do not give you time to talk. An ad. Oh, we be. Was it a podcast interview, a public speaking event, a referral? What happens there? You're immediately saying, I'm interviewed on podcast. I do public speaking events. It could be, did you read our book? If you have a book. And you do it curious, that tone out, hear my tonality? Was it a podcast or book or a public speaking event? Oh, no, it was an ad. Oh, great. Awesome. So this is, again, unconsciously showing authority. Oh, I've been following you on Facebook for years, Wayne. Oh, I love Facebook. Don't tell my wife I told her I'm not an addict. I'm truly an addict. Have fun with it. So great, Jennifer, an ad. I'm glad you saw that. I'm looking forward to this call. Can I ask you, though, why did you reach out to speak with us? Why did you take time out of your day? And I guess, let me ask you another way, Jennifer. Why coaching and why now?
Coaching allows me to provide something to someone else that they are searching for that will help them to reach their goals and make their lives more impactful. And in the meantime, helps me to, feel better about the contribution and the value that I bring to this world.
That's good. So what I heard there, guys, thank you, Jennifer, for role playing. What I heard there was contribution, value. Now, what I would have done in a real situation is I'd have been taking notes. And I would have highlighted those 2 or 3 words. This is the first answer I said here will be superficial, may not be superficial, but may kind of surface level. Contribution and values, very vague terms because they mean something different to everybody. But I want to write those words down. And then I'm going to jump into and this, I borrowed this. I wish I had a copy to show you. There's a book called The Dan Sullivan Question. Buy the book. If you come on board as one of our coaching students, at the end of this call, I'll send you the book. But it's kind of like, why reinvent something that already works? And Dan's very powerful. Hey, Jennifer, that's great. Yeah, you know what? I would make a little small talk. Contribution and value is obviously important. It's one of the reasons I got involved in coaching. I wanted to bring contribution to people actually in my church, and then I wanted to bring value to people outside of the church. And so I can relate to that. I've got a question for you, though, okay? Jennifer, if you and I were having this discussion, let's say 3 years from today, and you were looking back over those 3 years, what has to have happened in your life, both personally and professionally, for you to feel happy with your progress? The power of that question, now this is one you need to screenshot, take a picture of, replay, whatever. You need to say this a lot because it flows if you say it enough. But the power behind this, and I'm going to break it apart for you, okay? Because it's the psychology of the sale. If we were having this discussion, say 3 years from now, if is a softener. It allows the prospect to imagine in 3 years, places the client far enough in the future to believe results are possible. Now, maybe I'm selling a 12-week program. How to get your podcast launched and monetized in 90 days. I don't want to say what's had to happen I may jump it back to 6 months or a year. Hey, listen, we're going to get your podcast launched and get it monetized in the next 90 days. But let me ask you, if we were having discussion, let's say a year from now, what would have had to happen? And I want you to look at this in blue here. Everything we do for happiness. Everything. And actually, if you go into the neuroscience of it, everything we do is not as much for happiness as it is to alleviate pain. I'm bored. My daughters, I'm bored. You got 5,000 toys, a clubhouse, friends, bicycles. I'm bored. What do we do as a child? We can find another toy. What do we do bored as an adult? Some people overeat. They get into things they shouldn't get into. We scroll Facebook again. So we want to get away from boredom is maybe not painful, but it is just painful enough that we do something different. We eat, drink, laugh, dance, and even get stressed and depressed for happiness. You ever known somebody who wants to be mad? Their whole pleasure in life is being an Eeyore. Also, when you've had a really bad day, you can experience the good days. Appreciate the good days. Okay? If we were having this discussion 3 years from today, looking back over those 3 years, what would have had to happen in your life? And this is important, both personally and professionally. Now, I'll be talking about monetizing a podcast, hiring me as a sales coach, but I want to know in your personal life what's going to make you happy too. So far we built rapport. Where are you from? Oh, Tampa. That's amazing. Awesome. Went to Orlando. Where are you from originally? Oh, Bahama. Love or money. Had to be one of the two. You know, we had a great conversation. You've also future paced them with the Dan Sullivan question of already working with you. You painted in their mind a happy experience while grabbing relevant information. Now we're going to dig deeper. And we're going to take notes as they speak. Definitely take, and I'll tell them sometimes so they don't think, and I don't do it every time, but I need to get better at it. I'll say, hey, if you don't mind, Gordon, I'm going to take a few notes while we talk. Is that okay? Because if not, they see you doing this and they think they're not even paying attention to me. They want you, so let them know you're going to take notes. So, Jennifer, earlier you said contribution was important to you. Would you mind telling me a little more about contribution? Can you elaborate on that? What do you mean by contribution?
Contribution for me means that I'm giving something to someone else, something that is valuable. It could be knowledge, insight, tips, strategies, how-tos, about some pain that they're feeling and how to alleviate it. So, that's a contribution.
That's a contribution. Wow. Why is and you don't have to answer here because of time's sake, but I would say that's great, Jennifer. Why is that important to you? And now when you ask somebody why is that important, they begin to go beyond that first superficial level a little bit deeper. I learned this from the master of persuasion, Kenrick Cleveland. I'll give him a shout out here. 20 plus years ago, I have saved marriages. I have saved lives, like suicidal, and I have made a lot of money using that because I'm finding out what's really important. Now, some people will instantly jump into goals and future-based answers. What's important to you? Would you mind telling me about that? Yeah, I want to be able to buy a car. I want to be able to retire, blah, blah, blah. Some will go into pain-based. Take note of this. Notice where they're at. Mirror their statements. You heard me say earlier, Jennifer, oh, yeah, contribution. I just repeated the words you said. And nodding my head up and down, because what happens unconscious, yeah, Wayne gets it. Wayne understands me. Okay, so I'm gonna go through this quick for time's sake, guys. Please take notes. Well, Wayne, I've been a yoga teacher and a coach for the last 7 years, but I just can't seem to go full time financially. I'm nodding. Contribution. I'm just nodding. Yeah, it seems like I make a great part-time income, but I have kids going into college. I need to be able to do this, etc. I'm listening to them. Okay, I understand that you want to earn more money, finally get full time, get those kids through college. Why do you think you haven't been able to accomplish that? This is what we call digging deep into the pain. We don't want to dig deep and cause them to cry. That's not. Sometimes they will. What have you tried in the past? I'm curious. Again, place of curiosity with empathy. What have you tried in the past, Jennifer? Well, I tried this person's course. I bought this program. I did this. How do you feel about the past attempts? Now, this is a strong statement, guys, if they've given you some info. Because when they say, how do you feel, you're going to hear either that person ripped me off, I didn't get what I paid for, or I failed. I tried and I failed. Okay, well, Jennifer, is it possible you didn't fail, you just didn't have the right knowledge? Or maybe it wasn't the right timing? Is it possible we could look at it from a different perspective? Because it sounds important, but let me ask you this. Is it truly important? There's a misspell. Is it truly important to you to figure out and get this working? And they say yes. They're always going to say, oh, sure, it's important. How important? How important is it? What we're doing here, guys, we're getting them to convince themselves it's time to make a change. We know as coaches, most people will live a life of mediocrity or less their whole life unless somebody pushes them. Earlier you said that contribution was important to you, Jennifer. And I already did this with you, but can I ask you what about contribution is important? And I do. I just listen to what you said, value, etc. And I'm listening. I mirror some of those. I pause. I don't just answer, oh, well, that's great. I'm glad you said that. We have a solution. No, that's a premature presentation. You never want to do that. You want to listen again. Okay. Anything else? What else? and you go another level deep. Contribution, da da da. Okay, well, earlier, we would, I'd say earlier you said every time, but a while ago you said that contribution really meant value to you. What about value is important? Second level deep. And then third level deep. Again, this is a 10, 15 minutes. I'm listening, I'm taking notes. So ultimately, Jennifer, what's truly important to you when it comes to value and honor and blah, 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 whatever you said, right? And you just listen. I did this on a Zoom call the other day, guys. I had eight real estate coaches, I had 80 real estate agents. And I'll use this as an example, pick one random. We went through this 3 levels deep, and on the second level, she was crying. On the third level, she could hardly continue talking. It was so powerful because we were able to really coach her. But it was so powerful afterwards. I had somebody out of the class shoot me a text message and said, man, was that a stage? Was she a plant? There's no way you got that deep that quick. Because it is, but it wasn't. It was real, and we were able to help her. But that's how powerful this is. And then the next question is, okay, Jennifer, would you like help with that? Sounds like you want to build a full-time coaching business so you can go and bring value and contribution to others and live out your dream. Would you like help with that? Who's going to say no there? Sure, I'd like help with that. Okay. Now this isn't sequenced. But you could use this instead of that, or you can use this in the beginning. Again, it's back to matching and mirroring the energy of the person. If they're kind of playful, I kind of hear it. They're kind of, hey, listen, I want you to imagine with me for a moment. Just pretend that, okay? If we had, let's say, a magic wand, and we could just wave it, and everything you just said over the last few minutes, everything that truly matters to you would instantly be resolved. Would you want that? Let's just pretend. Imagine with me for a moment. Just pretend that we had and you hear I'm coming up with this. Let's say a time machine, and you could just hop in, jump 6 months in the future, and everything you just said would be resolved. Would you want that? Sure, I'd want that. Well, this is how that looks. This is how that looks. And when I say that immediately, because now their emotion is focused on, they're emotionally anchored on that dream, their goal. I'm a full-time coach. I'm doing this. I'm a full-time yoga teacher, whatever the dream is. This is how that looks. Now, a person, I don't say, Jennifer, you can get really excited. Who am I to tell you how to have your emotions, right? But I can say, Jennifer, a person can. A person can get really excited about what I'm going to reveal in just a minute. Why? Because I can definitely help you in the dreams and goals you shared. And here is how us working together looks. Here is how us working together looks. Because they're thinking, how much is it going to cost me? Is this a course? Is this a coach? I haven't covered anything in the presentation. Your voice is leading the emotions. So this is the first time. All of this is the first time you're going to start talking to them about your coaching or consultant. This is why I don't do 10-minute strategy calls. This is where you explain the benefits, not the logistics. Hey, Jennifer, we have 43 videos, 2 workbooks, 18 audio tracks. They don't care about that. People are looking for the pain you elicited to be healed and the dreams and goals to manifest. Does that make sense? So, and I want you to take a note of this. I want a feature, a benefit. We always hear that, features and benefits. But what's the benefit of the benefit? Hey, Jennifer, when you come on board with us, you have unlimited support for 3 months to myself through a Slack channel. This ensures you will move past any roadblocks as fast as possible. That's a benefit. But what's the benefit of the benefit? This helps you accelerate your income and scale even faster. It's a benefit of the benefit. So, your homework for this section, what are 5 to 10 features of your program? And this is going to take some work, but what is the main benefit behind each feature? And then what's the benefit of the benefit? And sometimes you won't be able to come up with another benefit. I'm just going to tell you, you'll hit a stumbling block. Just let the unconscious mind work on it. It'll come to it. But, the benefit of this iPhone, the feature is, there's a lot of features. Let's say the feature of this app does this. Well, here's the benefit. What's another benefit of that? Okay, so let's talk about, and I did that quick because I have 8 minutes to cover, way too much material. Okay, Jennifer, before we move forward and discuss the investment or the tuition, if yours is educational based, use the word tuition because people are used to paying tuition and they're used to tuition being a little more expensive. Make sense? So before we move forward and discuss the tuition, I'd like to know that after hearing about our system and what's available and how it will help for you, is this the help you're looking for? I just want to make sure this is what you're looking for. So do you have any other questions or concerns that maybe I haven't covered? And you're going to get them in yes or yeah. I'm really curious how this works. So no, or this. You want to start getting the first objections out of the way. So, Jennifer, our program is whatever. Let's use the sales accelerator since I'm not going to pitch that on the end of this. So, Jennifer, our sales accelerator program is $9,800. Blah 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 blah. As you fit this into your budget, we can go ahead and get you set up and start working to reach your goals of contribution and value. To reach your goals is vague. What goals? Be specific here. We can go ahead and start reaching your goals and getting that podcast up and monetized. It's January now. We'll have that done by April. Now, people join our Sales Accelerator program in one of two ways. It's either 3 payments of $2,000 or 1 payment of $5,000. And that's an immediate saving. So you save $1,000. Which option works best for you? This is the classic, A or B option close. It still works, guys, if you've got the rapport and you're to this point. Well, I don't know, Jennifer. I don't know which one's going to work for me. Tell me about this. They start backpedaling. Some will say, oh, let's just do the payment plan. Okay. Well, Jennifer, you've made a great decision towards reaching all of your goals. Obviously, you see and recognize the value because you understand, blah, blah, blah. Now, Jennifer, others may not understand what you're doing or the investment you made. I'm curious. I got to ask, what are you going to tell them? If somebody says, why did you do this? What are you going to tell them? Why did you see this as the obvious choice? This is so powerful because what it does is they immediately have to answer. Because they may already be thinking, oh, if I do this, my husband's going to kill me. Oh, if I do this, my daughter's going to want to know why I invested in this. Now you're helping them overcome that objection. And maybe they don't. Maybe they're not thinking that. But literally 2 days later, I got a guy to coaching call. I just paid $10,000 for. What? You paid how much? So make them sell you. You made a great decision. Why did you see this as the obvious choice? Okay. Now, every statement, every stated objection is a counteroffer in disguise. An agree and a cry for help. Jordan Belfort, and even though I don't like his style of selling, I love this point here. Objections are merely smoke screens for uncertainty. When they're uncertain about something, they'll let you know it because of fear. If I pay $10,000 for the Sales Accelerator program, what if I don't get my money back? If I do this, what if I don't have the time? If I do this, what is my husband going to say? My wife going to say? So there's a fear. Every objection is also emotional. Just like every decision is, every fear is. Every objection is emotional. So we have to overcome that fear. I need to think about it. Let me talk to my dog. Let me pray about it. It's not my budget. That sounds good, Wayne. Let me do some research. Hey, can I call you back in a few days? And I'm going to go through these quick. I want screenshots. Okay, you can screenshot them later. I can appreciate that, Jennifer. I can appreciate it. So Jennifer says, you know what? That sounds good, Wayne. Let me do some research. I can appreciate that. I hear you. I didn't say I understand. I can appreciate that. I hear you. Let me ask you this, though. Do you like what you've seen and heard about the Wealthy Coach program? Does it make sense to you? It does. It does. Well, great. Among all of the obvious benefits of our coaching program, what do you see as the biggest benefit for you? The linguistics of that is among all of the obvious. 2 words there, all and obvious. There's a lot of benefits. What is the biggest benefit for you? You know, Jennifer, if I'd have been your success coach, and I do this with a little bit of, again, hear the tonality. I understand you want to, I don't understand. I hear you. You want to wait. You want to do some research. Let me say this, though. If I'd have been your success coach, let's say for the last 6 months, and now you're reaching your goal, you wouldn't be saying, let me think it over right now. You know what I mean? So we're going to go back. If I were, you wouldn't be. Earlier, you said that having that certainty and value is important. And it sounds like right now you're looking for certainty that I'm the one to help you. And I can respect that. Let's look at how we're going to make that goal of yours an absolute reality. Acknowledge their uncertainty. Hey, listen, sounds like you're a little hesitant. And I can appreciate that. So let's look at how we're going to make sure that you reach your goals. Okay. The neuro persuasion is our sales coach. I'm not here to sell that to you. So we're going to skip over that. Okay. Okay, John. Yeah. Okay, Wayne, you're right. I'm overcome my fear. Let's get going. Great. Jennifer, I have your email address is that the best email for you? Great. Okay. And we may want to mail you some materials. Or understand this, you may do this before even objections. It may not be objections. Hey, Wayne, how does it look like to work for you? Great. Jennifer, great question. I have your email address as blank. Is that the best email? Hey, I may want to mail some material to you also. What's your mailing address? Great. Oh, is that the same billing address? I always get the mailing address first. And I say, is that your mailing address? I may want to mail you some material. Now I've got the mailing address I need for the credit card processing. Great. Is that the same billing as the credit card? Okay, let's get the paperwork out of the way so we can schedule a first session and get you access to our training. Is this Mastercard, Visa, Discover? Oh, can I send PayPal? Sure. Do you have payment plans? Oh, yeah. Remember, we talked about that. So I always want to make it easy. An email address is easy. Verifications. Is this your email address? And I called you at this number. Is this the best phone number? Great. Listen, we may want to mail you. Don't promise if you're not going to do it. We may want to mail you some material. What's your best mailing address? Mail it to my office. Okay. Is that the same billing address for your credit card? Oh, no. Okay, something different. Okay. Now, I like pay funnels because I can literally, if I'm doing, I say, let me show you how, so you know everything is secure, and I pull up a pay funnel site. And if we're on Zoom and they see me fill it out, they see the secure button. They know who am I giving my credit card to number to? Does that make sense? Manually write down the credit card number if you're not on Zoom. This is important. Manually write it down, because if it rejects, you don't have to call them back. Because sometimes the bank will say, whoa, somebody tried to charge $7,500, and they will reject it. Okay. As soon as payment were done, remind them a receipt is on the way, congratulate them, and move away from the money. Move away from the money talk. Okay. Out of sight, out of mind. Jennifer, great decision. You've got an email on the way to you. You're also going to get our agreement through email if you would just kind of sign that electronically. Hey, let's get you into your main course. You've made a great decision. Then you go on Facebook. Congratulations, Gordon joined our Wealthy Coach program. Congratulations, that kind of stuff. Simple contract. When they're ready to enroll, make it easy. I use HelloSign. Have the contract signed before you access training materials. Some people will jump in, grab everything you got, and then not sign it, not pay you, and rebuke the credit card charge. If you have an offer, a money-back guarantee, make it very clear. If you do not, make it very clear. I'm going to tell you guys, I don't offer any money-back guarantee. It's not because I don't know my stuff's good. I just don't. I'm not going to build my business around that model. Legal document, have them sign it, keep it in and then speak with neutral language about the agreement. It's just an agreement. It's just a piece of paper. All right. So I know I went quick. I covered about 3 lessons there in one masterclass, one call. But here's for those who've gone through the last 5 days. I want you to do exactly what I said. Yes, you're going to hear some of the language. You're going to hear me ask you some good questions, but let's really do that without any obligation. Go to callwithwayne.com, schedule a call, just as you did Jennifer, just as you did Wendy, just as you have Rome, just as other ones have. And there's some that haven't. But just say, hey, callwithwayne.com. Let's get on a phone call. We will see if I can help your coaching business. I will say this for everybody that's on here that's been in the masterclass, there's a massive discount. And there's 2 options. One option is the group coaching program, the semi-private coaching, which is, I know Jennifer's in, Wendy's in, and then there's a private one-on-one coaching. And either way, I'm here to help you. I hope, guys, I hope this has been good. I told you I'd keep the sales pitch short. There it is. I think I can help you. If you have any other questions, Gordon, I got your chat. Thank you. I'll look forward if you have any questions. Jennifer, any questions, any feedback?
I have lots of questions.
Awesome. Well, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
This has been amazing. So what I will do is I will, go ahead and journal a lot of the questions that I have. Because this has just been amazing.
Well, you got journal because you've got 3 hours now with me. So
yeah. Oh, I'm so excited.
All right. I appreciate you. I appreciate
Thank
you guys. If anybody is watching this on the replays, callwithwayne.com. I would love to share with you. So you can jump on board with Wendy and Jennifer and Brandon, everybody else that's in our group. So thank you so much, guys.